of this 3-game series. Tonight's national anthem is performed by Technical Sergeant Kristen Johnson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So back here in Denver, we will have baseball for you in maybe about 15 minutes or so, so stay tuned. We'll take you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update right after this.
Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees, that's transparency, and by Jack in the Box. Try the $5.99 Jack Spicy Chicken Club combo with toasted sourdough. New from Jack in the Box.
Back here in Denver, we have baseball. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Hey, get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open every day. 88 degrees, you see the winds and humidity, and there are definitely showers in the area. Umpires are out, lineup cards are being exchanged. We had a little bit of a delay. And let's take a look at the Giants lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Hernandez, Belt, and McCutcheon. Buster Posey is going to be in the cleanup spot. Then it's Slater, Hanson, Panic, Tomlinson hitting in the A spot, and Andy Suarez will hit ninth. See Mike Redmond and Ron Wotus representing Bud Black and Bruce Bochy. The Giants are looking for a win in this series. They're in the same spot the last time they were here, having to win on the last day of the series, and they did. They did it behind Derek Holland, who went 5 innings, but the Giants scored 7 runs in that ball game. So who knows if 7 will be enough tonight, but the Giants are definitely looking to have their offense perk up a little bit, because it has been quiet.
Well, they're hitting 175 as a group. They've scored 3 runs, and anytime you come in to Denver as an offense, I mean, you're thinking you're going to get right, get some offense going, pump your numbers up, hit some home runs, score some runs. Hasn't happened yet. So hopefully tonight the Giants can get over whatever it is that has caused them to lose the offense that they had in Arizona. And they played a great series there. You thought that they had a head of steam coming here. So far it hasn't showed up. Right now, it's time for our Coors Light refreshing finish. May 20th, Giants Rockies, and it was Gorgis Hernandez hit a 2-run homer off Tyler Anderson, who happens to be on the mound tonight for these Colorado Rockies. And that's our Coors Light refreshing finish. Gorgis Hernandez comes into tonight's ball game with 11 home runs on the year.
And he will be in his customary leadoff spot, at least against lefties.
Giants took batting practice for the first time this series today, and it was a show, especially when Madison Bumgarner got up. He almost hit the scoreboard.
I see people headed to underneath.
Well, the locals will always tell you if there's weather coming, and as on cue, it's coming just as the Giants take the field. The Doppler around, there are a few little areas where you might see some rain, but nothing that should postpone this game or delay it for a long time. For the Rockies tonight, they're going to throw out their 28-year-old left-hander, Tyler Anderson. He's in his 3rd year at the big league level, 6'3", 215-pounder. This is what he has done in 17 starts. He's 5-3 with a 4.23 ERA and a good strikeout walk ratio. 85 strikeouts in 93 innings against 31 walks. That's good. How's he do it? You're going to see a low 90s fastball. He'll sink and he'll cut. And he calls it a cutter, but it's a slider. Not a big one, but it's a good one. I mean, the league hit 210 against it. That's his best specialty pitch. But he'll throw a lot of changeups, mainly to right-handed hitters. He's got a curveball he'll show you once in a while, but pretty much fastball, slider, changeup, go get him. And let's take a look at the defense playing behind Tyler Anderson. Starting in the outfield for the Rockies from left to right, it'll be Desmond, Blackman, and Cuevas, the best arm in right field or in left field with Ian Desmond. Story and Arenado, they'll patrol the left side of the infield. LeMahieu and Valleca, they'll be on the right side. Chris Iannetta, he'll be in the squad putting down the signs.
The Rockies are right at the 500 mark, and they find themselves 5 back of the D-backs. Giants are 3.5 back of the Diamondbacks, who will play one more game against the Cardinals, and that game will start a little bit later. The Dodgers and Pirates, that game is underway, and they're in the first inning. So here's Gorkis Hernandez, who in this series is 1 for 6 with Belt and then McCutchen on this Wednesday night in the Mile High City, and the pitch is a called strike. So we get underway at 6:27. And a swing and a miss. 88 degrees. It's been warm all 3 days the Giants have been here. Giants lost 5-2 on Monday. Hit right back through the legs, but it's LeMahieu who throws him out.
Say it. DJ LeMahieu has put on a show in this series defensively. And I think that Tyler Anderson, the pitcher for the Rockies, is going to get an assist on this. I think he just touched it a little bit.
So Gorkis is thrown out, and here's Belt. Belt has 3 hits in the series, hit the ball hard 4 times last night. And he chops this one foul off his foot.
If you take the first swing of your first at bat and you hit a ball off your foot, what are you thinking?
Well, you're thinking you're going to have 5 more at bats, so you're going to do it about 12 more times. Then you certainly think you're going to do it on the next swing.
Well, those are big targets.
Overshift is on as the next pitch is down low. 1 for 7. That's what Belt is lifetime against Tyler Anderson, with Andrew McCutchen on deck.
Sun peeking out, starting to cast some light on the field. Beautiful.
In tight to Belt, it's Bill Miller behind home plate. Todd Tickner, Alan Porter, Angel Hernandez from first to third, and Bill Miller is the crew chief.
And he is a good umpire. He is a low ball preference guy, but he looks for strikes.
Out of play. I ran into Bill as we were walking up to come up here to go to work. I said, Bill, why don't you hop on the plane with us and go home? He goes, nope, I got to hop on a plane and go to Houston for 4 games. I said,
That's
right.
one thing about being an umpire. You have no home team. You're on the road.
Got him.
There's an example of the low strike zone. That is a backdoor or front door slider. Let's take a look at the pitch cast. It's brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company.
I'm telling you, Belt knows the strike zone better than umpires.
He knows the zone. I think he has the best knowledge of the strike zone of any of the Giants hitters.
Because if you go by that, that was not a strike. Here's McCutchen. And McCutchen takes a strike. Hitting at .258, 9 home runs, 37 runs batted in. McCutchen took an 0 for 4 on Monday. And taps this one foul. Giants are still 19-28 on the road. They're 25-23 against the West. These two teams have played 12 times, and the Giants are 5-7. Foul back. And they will come back one more time.
All the holidays. Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day.
And on the inning. Swing the bat, folks. Take a look at it.
A little breaking ball, late breaker. McCutcheon not happy.
Lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. LeMahieu, Blackman, and then Arenado. See where he ranks in the National League. Followed by Story, Desmond, and Chris Iannetta. Cuevas will hit 7th, Valaika 8th, and Anderson 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the rookie left-hander Andrew Suarez. Ooh, we should call him Andy Suarez. 6 feet tall, 190-pounder out of Miami, Florida. This is what he has done in 13 starts, 3-4 with a 4.18 ERA. The last 6 starts, 2-0 with a 2.62 ERA. So he really has hit the comfort zone. When he's on, you're going to see a low 90s fastball that he can sink and cut, slider, curveball, changeup, and he'll throw anything anytime. He's been very good with his control. 71 innings, 66 strikeouts, just 15 walks.
And LeMahieu takes outside for a ball. LeMahieu with 3 hits in the series, 3 for 9. And a base hit. So we were talking about Bill Miller and his strike zone.
Well, he looks for strikes. He is a pitcher's umpire. Now, that ball's down and in, and this ball's up and in. And I think what the hitters talk about as well, you can't have both. I mean, you can't have the high end up and in and the low end of the low and away. But bottom line, what Bill Miller does is he'll let you know he's calling strikes. And that will put pressure on these guys to go up there and swing the bat. It's one of the best getaway day umpires in the game.
Here's Charlie Blackman, who looks at a strike. Blackman had 3 hits last night. Add to the 1 he had on Monday. He's picked up 4 hits and 9 at bats in the series.
Bill Miller is an old school umpire, and that's the way a lot of guys used to run the game. They would call a big strike zone early in the game, and they tighten it up. And they did it for a reason. They did it to keep the game moving. Frank Pulley, who was one of our favorite umpires, he was a guy that, if you were a starter, you had a different strike zone than the reliever at the back end of the game.
Two and 1 to Blackman. In tight, 3 balls and 1 strike.
There's an advantage in this ballpark. It's to the home pitchers because they seem to adjust to the environment with their breaking balls a little quicker than guys who come in here as visiting pitchers.
On the ground, Panic's got it, and he's going to spin around and get the out at first.
Well, you saw Joe Panik. Let's see who else is in that defense for the Giants tonight, starting in their outfield from left to right. It's going to be Slater, Hernandez, and McCutcheon. Pretty good arms across the board. Hansen And Tomlinson on the left side with both Sandoval and Crawford having nights off. Panic and Belt on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad putting down the signs.
Arenado is that big series. 4 hits in the series, had a home run in the game last night, and he takes the pitch down low. He's faced Andy Suarez twice. He's 0 for 2. Suarez's start came here in Denver on May 28th. And a strike. It's the inside corner. This is his lifetime numbers.
He has done some damage. 90 RBIs.
Two balls and 1 strike with Trevor Story to follow.
90 RBIs against one team. Arenado is he's got about 5.5 years at the big league level. That's a lot of damage.
That's 100 games. That's not 162 games either. Two and two.
Take a look at the breaking ball down and in. Again, Bill Miller letting these guys know you need to swing the bat. All right, how far would you go for a Togo? Brought to you by Togo's Pretzel Rami. Last night, bottom of the 5th, Nolan Arenado hit a 3-run homer off Chris Stratton. That was a 3-2 changeup. He hit 101 miles per hour, 419 feet away to straightaway center.
Two and two. And a full count. Got him.
Good curveball. And that's a pitch that he didn't show him during the at-bat. He showed him a slider down in, got a second strike with it. Here, he throws a curveball. He saves it for a 2-strike surprise and gets a big strikeout with a runner in scoring position. Nice pitch.
Here's Trevor Story. Story took it 0 for 3 on Monday, but came back yesterday and went 2 for 4. And he takes in tight. He hit a home run off of Suarez in that start at the end of May. Gets the call at the knees. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Desmond is on deck. And Story on a check swing rolls it foul. This is the time of day where it can be tough on the first baseman. If he gets a throw from Hansen or from Tomlinson, because you're looking right into the sun. Kind of like that.
Yeah, there's definitely some times a day here you can't throw over to first base if you have a man at first base and you're pitching.
And the 1-2 is in tight.
But I mean, the old saying in baseball, you find something that's really tough, guess what? It's tough on both teams, so deal with it.
Panic is to the left of second base, as this is rolled to Hansen. Better hurry. They got him. You cannot take your time. You got to speed things up. Belt is pretty sure that they got him.
Now they're taking a long look at it. Let's take a look at how close it was.
And they're going to look at it.
And I think he beat it out. Looking at that look. Hansen playing shortstop tonight. I mean, it's not the normal position for him. I mean, you have a little more time on a ground ball if you're playing second base, even if you're playing third, but shortstop you don't. Especially if you have a guy with good speed. Right here, I mean, that's a half step, maybe even a full step too many. He's safe. No question. That replay review was presented by Xfinity.
So here's Desmond.
And all that is right there is inexperience. So Andy Suarez getting a challenge right here to try and pitch through the mistake.
Desmond hitting .218. And he shoots one foul. Extra pitches, a lot of things.
Well, and it kind of violates the golden rule of Coors Field. Is that, you cannot give extra outs in an inning. You cannot give free passes, free gifts of 90 feet. Because that is the recipe of disaster.
Well, it's not going to hurt Suarez as he gets rid of it quickly to end the inning. 0-0.
Weekend sale and get up to 40% off appliances and up to 65% off mattresses.
All Giants games on NBC Sports Barrie are streamed live on the NBC Sports app for mobile or tablet brought to you by your Norcal Honda dealers. Buster fouls this one out of play. .291 for Buster Posey. 2 hits on Monday, 0 for 3 yesterday. A little bit of a quick pitch, and that's out of play. It's 0-2.
He absolutely had a quick pitch there. Just a step and throw. Not a big leg raise. More and more guys doing that this year. Hey, if you can upset the timing on a guy's at bat, one pitch, and you can get an out with it, that is something you need to save. Good 1-2 pitch, good take. Tyler Anderson out of the University of Oregon, Pac-12 guy. And this is Pac-12 country. University of Colorado, about 30 minutes away in Boulder.
Buster takes high. So it's 3-2. Little sneak attack fastball. And the payoff, here it is. And he walked him.
A leadoff walk. Well, the Battle of the Bay is back July 13th through the 15th. Giants going to take on the Oakland A's, and you can celebrate Flashback Friday on Friday, July 13th by purchasing a special event ticket and receive a retro Battle of the Bay t-shirt. You need tickets or more information? Go to sfgiants.com/special events, or you can buy direct from SF Giants.
Here's Slater. Slater takes in tight. He started and went 0 for 4 on Monday. He had a pinch hit appearance in the game last night and went 0 for 1. With Hansen on deck. Taps this one to Arenado, and that's all they'll get. So here's Hansen. Well, change places, a little better speed at first. Hansen had a pinch hit on Monday, started yesterday and went 2 for 4. So he's 3 for 5 in the series. And he shoots this one foul. Head to the upper deck. And it's going to stay in the upper deck.
That makes it a good ballpark. By John Miller's definition, you got to be able to hit a ball in the upper deck, or it's not a good ballpark. Beautiful Coors Field.
Swing and a miss. 0-2. Well, I have a little different take. You got to be able to hit a ball into the bleachers and straightaway center field. Otherwise, it's not a good ballpark.
Well, I don't think that could be done to the upper tank in center field. Lower tank, yes.
Hansen pulls it foul.
Ooh, that was close. Yeah, it wasn't that good. Grab some pine.
You can sit down anytime. Thank you. Oh, and 2. I don't know that people were that impressed in the dirt. A lot of day games today. see the scoreboard. A lot of F's on that scoreboard.
Yeah, well, I kind of think 4th of July is kind of a day game
I do
type
too.
day when you should play. Tyler Anderson has a very good move, and you got to be very careful if you get leaking off at first base.
And that wasn't it.
Well, his stride was the stride you get when he's trying to pick you out, but he can come down from a sidearm throw and zing you. He's got 6 pickoffs, but it really is borderline balk.
On the ground to Arenado. That's one. And the next one's not close. Here's Joe Panic. Oh for 3 for Joe on Monday and 0 for 4 yesterday. So frustrating because of all the success he's had in this ballpark, but not on this trip. And the first pitch is down low with Kelby Tomlinson to follow. Hansen with good speed. And that's in tight 2-0. Hansen's got 4 steals on the year. He hasn't been caught. And right down the pipe. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Got a nice feel of that cutter. It's kind of a hybrid cutter slider. In a way, it's a lot like Madison Bumgarner in that he could put tilt on it, he could run it flat.
So a little sneaky 92. It's 3-1.
Dave Greshner talking with Brandon Bild about some of the protection he has.
Skied into center field for Blackman. Lots of room out there for Charlie Blackman, and that'll end the inning. So the leadoff walk does not hurt Tyler Anderson. Ionetta to lead things off. Brought to you by Cricket Wireless. This series at Coors Field, we've had Dinger signing autographs. I'd really want one of those. You have the fan with the oversized glove who error. And mom and dad there, or mom and daughter, just kind of hanging, playing rock, paper, scissors. It's tough to lose that game on purpose. Iannetta takes outside.
Well, I play with my granddaughter, so that's, you know, scissors and then rock and there's paper, right? So we're doing this deal, and I'm winning a couple. All of a sudden, she puts her forefinger out like the pointer finger.
Yeah. Hansen, another opportunity.
So I say to her, "Oh, what's that?" She goes, "I win, Grandpa." I said, "Why?" She goes, "That's a stick of dynamite." Okay.
Can't argue with that.
Very creative. So it's rock, paper, scissors, and dynamite in our house.
Adults, they can't use the dynamite. Here's Cuevas hitting at 257. A couple of guys that we see a lot of that are not in the lineup. Gerardo Parra, Carlos Gonzalez. Hansen. Got to hurry. And they got him. I mean, I don't want to have to say that anymore.
I don't think that Bruce Bochy or Ron Wotus or Andy Suarez want to say he better hurry.
That's 3 already today.
Well, it comes up on him. Into the bare hand and like, okay. He does have a very good arm. I mean, he's got a lot of tools. He's very athletic.
Here's Valleca. On the ground, and Tomlinson figures out how to play this infield. When in doubt, charge it. 5-pitch inning.
Brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Sunday, July 8th, your chance to score a Giants camo cap presented by Coupa Software. And it's going to go to the first 20,000 fans. Enjoy summer baseball as the Giants take on the Cardinals. And by the way, buy directly from the Giants at sfgiants.com.
Did you say directly?
Buy directly is Tomlinson says, my average may stink in AAA, but I can hit here in the big leagues.
Oh, yeah. Now some guys could do that.
First hit for the Giants. Here's Andy Suarez, and he gets the bunt again. And I'm half thinking Andy's going, geez, I hope Tomlinson doesn't get on base. Or maybe gets to third.
Or hits a home run, but please don't make me bunt. He does have a sacrifice bunt. He's 0 for 24 this year with 16 strikeouts.
He's going to figure it out.
Yeah, he's too good of an athlete not to.
No, he better run like heck, though. If you're Andy Suarez, you can't win.
No, you can't. I mean, it is easier for a left-hander to bunt the ball down the third base line. It is a situation where the man at first base, you want to bunt down the first base line. But look, that right there, you're talking baby steps. That was a pretty good bunt. That's probably the best bunt he's ever made. But when you bunt it to a Gold Glover with a great arm, who throws it to a Gold Glover with a great arm, you're a double play candidate, and that's what happened.
So here's Gorky Hernandez. So only 2 pitches in the inning. And Gorky's really forced to take a pitch, takes a strike.
Man, you don't see 3-pitch innings very often.
Outside 2-0. Or make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Belt on deck. Swing. 1-2. Broken bat, foul. And Gorky Hernandez are going to have to get another bat.
You see Anderson do that a lot. I mean, he's got a nice little cut fastball that he can place at the belt in on the hands of right-handed hitters. It's not an easy pitch to get the bat head out. It's an easy pitch to break a bat on.
He went around to end the inning. It'll be Anderson to lead things off.
Insurance, banking, and investments tailored for the military community.
No score is Tyler Anderson takes a strike. Anderson is 4 for 27. So that means he can hit a little bit.
102.
Three pitches. See you
Thanks
later.
for stopping by.
Smart Play is brought to you by your Northern California Ford dealers. Friday in Arizona, Andy Suarez got the win. 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. He threw 101 pitches. 2 strikeouts now for Andy Suarez. And here's DJ LeMahieu.
Well, it's really been enjoyable to watch this young guy put it together, and he's done it quickly. When he first got up, I mean, he was a little overwhelmed by what he saw, not trying to fit in.
Skies this one to right. It's got something behind it, and it's off the wall. And LeMahieu is going to go into second base with a double.
Second hit for LeMahieu. He's seeing it pretty well against Andy Suarez.
Take a look at John Miller over on the radio side. He'll be over here joining Mike for innings 4, 5, and 6. Dave Fleming on assignment. This is Darren Chan in the background. Here's Blackman. Blackman on the ground, and it's off of Panic. And LeMahieu stops at third.
I'm a little surprised at the stop from LeMahieu. But Giants catch a break there. This was not a break. A one-hop topspin seed that comes up to him, almost hits him in the face. It hits off the tip of the glove. A little slow start right there probably is what caused him to stop. Stu Cole, the third base coach, I mean, I thought I saw a green light.
It's going to be a base hit.
And we haven't found out what the velocity is in that thing, but it was fun. He hit it good. 102. Anything hit over 95 miles per hour is considered a hard hit ball.
Popped up. Tomlinson battling the wind. It's a big out. So here's Trevor Story. Trevor Story had an infield hit. A ball that was hit to Alan Hansen at short, and he beat it out. Here he takes inside. The thing you notice about Andy Suarez, and you have to do it in this park, is you have to pitch inside, and he's done it a lot tonight.
He's got good command. It's 15 walks in 74 innings, 68 strikeouts now.
Hit out to Slater, and that'll end the inning. Nice job by Andy Suarez. John Miller will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th. Here in Denver, it's 0-0.
delicious sides, including the new Sriracha Lime Tempura green beans. Visit habitburger.com for a location near you.
Welcome back to Coors Field on a beautiful night for baseball. No score as we head to the top of the fourth inning, and here to tell you all about it, my pal John Miller.
All right, for the Giants, Brandon Belt. And it's 0-1. Belt was called out on strikes in the first inning. Tyler Anderson. And the curveball, too low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Check swing. It gets past the pitcher, but Arenado's got it and throws him out. What an arm he's got. Belt did not want to hit that ball, but it inadvertently just glanced off the bat and ended up in fair ground.
Well, there you see the Gold Glover Arenado, and he does have a great arm, and he's got a great arm from a lot of different angles. But I think what really sets him apart is his feet. I mean, he's got great quickness, great agility. He's got they're like 2 springs, and because of that, it makes his hands soft.
So here's Andrew McCutchen now. 1 ball and no strikes. McCutchen was called out on strikes his first time. 0-0. The Giants have only 1 hit against Anderson. There's the quick pitch delivery. He will change it up from time to time, a la Johnny Cueto in that regard.
Well, I like it. It's a good idea, but it can screw you up. Some guys work so hard to get a compact set of mechanics that allows them to have control of their motion and their arm slot. And when you vary your rhythm with your windup, you can alter your arm slot.
And that's a 4-pitch walk to Andrew McCutchen. Second walk yielded by Anderson. The other walk was to Buster Posey, leading off to second. And here comes Buster once again.
Yeah, that's why when we talk about Johnny Cueto, I mean, he throws from so many different angles, so many different deliveries and rhythms. I mean, he paints. He paints out of all of them. There aren't many guys like him around that can do that.
Ball 1 to Buster. Even when he first started throwing some bullpen sessions before he went out on his rehab assignment, Bruce Bochy stood in just to give him the feel of a hitter being in the box. And he said it was incredible. Cueto was painting the outside, then the inside. And kind of a deceptive move there. And McCutchen did get back in, but you got to be very careful with this guy.
Well, he's got one of the best moves in the National League. And yes, you do. And he's got more than 1 moves. He's got about 4 he can give you.
High in the air. Shallow right center. And Cuevas. That is out number 2. So Buster is now 0 for 1 with a walk. 2 down, and Austin Slater will come up. The Dodgers trailing the Pirates, meanwhile, on the out-of-town scoreboard. In the 3rd inning, 2-1. The Pirates got a 2-run double by Starling Marte to take the lead, but that lead was short-lived. Yasmani Grandales hit a 2-run double in the last of the 3rd, so the Dodgers are right back ahead 3-2 there. There is Arenado. So the second time that Slater has hit a ground ball to Arenado into a force out. That's all for the Giants. The offense is missing.
Freeze moment, powered by BioFreeze. Cool the pain on this day 35 years ago. At Yankee Stadium, Dave Righetti threw a no-hitter, struck out Wade Boggs for the final out. Great slider, David. 4 walks, 9 strikeouts, 138 pitches for Rags. And on that day, it was the first no-hitter that a Yankee pitcher had thrown since Don Larson had the perfect game in the World Series. And that's our BioFreeze moment.
What a day for Dave Righetti. Ian Desmond on the changeup, a swinging strike. Desmond hit a comebacker on a changeup back in the first inning to end a threat. The Rockies had runners at first and third with 2 down at the time. One ball, 1 strike to count. Dave Righetti, the fact that he pitched it at Yankee Stadium on the 4th of July, no less, which was also the Yankee owner George Steinbrenner's birthday, and the guy who paid who signed the paychecks. And Righetti said that he was kind of thrilled because the guy who did the broadcast that day was the Hall of Famer, the legendary Mel Allen. Mel Allen, who was no longer a regular Yankee broadcaster, but they had brought him back. They had some cable games, and Mel Allen would do some of those games. And of course, Mel Allen had gone all the way back into the 30s and did games with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and DiMaggio, and through some of the greatest years in the history of that legendary franchise. Then Mantle and Maris and you name it, Mel Allen was the guy. And Righetti was really thought it was kind of cool that Mel Allen was the guy on the telecast that day. Hard ground ball foul by Desmond. 3-2 the count.
Well, he's got every right to be excited. A Hall of Fame broadcaster. How about that? I mean, he had such a distinctive voice, and he was, to me, I mean, he was, every time you saw a World Series back then, they would use the local broadcasters.
Strike 3 called with a fastball. 3rd strikeout for Suarez.
Take a look at the 3-2 fastball on the inside corner and watch Buster Posey. He hardly moves his glove. Boom. See you later. And Desmond knew it. That's the kind of command that he has. It's exceptional.
Chris Iannetta, who grounded a short his first time. 1 out, nobody on in the 4th inning. When we were kids, it seemed like every year we'd at school or whatever, because the World Series used to be played in the daytime in October, and sometimes if you were good in class, they'd let you watch a World Series game or part of it during school. That's a foul back out of play, and it was always Mel Allen who was the guy doing the game.
Oh, I thought he was the World Series guy.
Well, he pretty much was.
I mean, if the Giants were playing the Yankees, they would have Russ Hodges and Lon Simmons, or Russ Hodges and Mel Allen, but Mel Allen was always there because the Yankees were always there.
Well, the Yankees went to the World Series 14 times in one 16-year period, sometimes year after year after year.
But I loved his voice, and I mean, for a player, you grow up hearing that voice. I mean, you want that guy to say your name. To a player, that validates that you're a big leaguer.
2-1 the count, and that is just foul.
I mean, it was a big deal for me to have Vince Scully say my name on TV when I trotted out in 1977. Bottom half of the first inning, I was a starting pitcher with the Cubs. And back then, everybody had transistor radios. I get out in the mound, and I can hear the broadcast, and he's talking about me. I told him years later when that story goes, well, I wish I could tell you it was the first time I ever heard somebody say that to me.
Nice pick there by Tomlinson, and he has played the hot corner beautifully so far tonight. That's the second tough hop that he has fielded flawlessly. Iannetta is out number 2.
You better have a softness to your hands if you're a corner infielder. And this thing gets a nasty topspin second hop that comes up to him. And the way that he went down with his knees and stayed with the hop, head stayed still, watched it into the sweet spot. I mean, that's how you make the play. Let your legs help your hands.
Cuevas, first ball swinging. Center field, Gorkis. And the inning is over. Another very quick inning for Suarez. On to the 5th.
by the authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
It is getting towards sunset in the Rocky Mountains. Giants and Rockies 5th inning now. 0-0 the score. Alan Hansen, first ball swinging on a changeup, bouncing it foul. He hit into a force out his first time. Hansen will be followed by Joe Panik and then Kelby Tomlinson. The Giants have only one hit in this game. That was a single to right by Tomlinson in the 3rd inning. And that's a ball off the outside. Now, it's obviously real frustrating for the Giants, frustrating for Giants fans to be shut down at Coors Field the way he has. But also keep in mind, in his last start at Dodger Stadium, he shut down the Dodgers, shut them out for 8 innings. High in the air, coming in and to his right, Cuevas, the right fielder, 1 away. Giants coming home after the game. Cardinals come in Thursday, then Monday the Cubs. Javier Baez, Anthony Rizzo, and the Cubs at AT&T Park Monday through Wednesday of next week, the 9th through the 11th. Monday night and Tuesday night, 7:15. Wednesday, the 11th, day baseball in the city. Cubs Giants. Buy directly from the Giants at sfgiants.com. Joe Panik hit a fly ball to center his first time. Story, nice pickup. Throws him out.
Well, it's sort of the continuing theme that we've seen this entire series. The Rockies defensively have been really collectively brilliant. Infield play, outfield play, every aspect of their game, and they have just really played clean baseball with the gloves.
Here's Kelby Tomlinson now. Only the Arizona Diamondbacks have made fewer errors than have the Rockies this year. They've only made 34 errors in 80. This is their 87th game. Kelby Tomlinson, the only Giant to have had a hit so far. Single to right in the 3rd. And that cutter 0-1. Giants have only 3 runs on 12 hits now in 2.5 games here at Coors Field. 4th of July. There will be no no-hitter in this game on Dave Righetti's anniversary of his no-hitter because of Kelby Tomlinson. He got the Giants a hit, but that's the only one so far. 0-2 the count, 2 down, nobody on. This will only be the 7th pitch of the inning thrown. And he's low and inside. Anderson, a chance for an extremely quick inning here.
Both lefties tonight have demonstrated that they have a nice feel for all their pitches.
On the outside corner. And the inning is over. Suarez back to the mound.
by sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
In Denver on the 4th of July, Giants nothing, Rockies nothing, last of the 5th inning. And Pat Valleca hitting 8th in the order, leads off. He grounded out to third his first time. That was another excellent play that was turned in by Kelby Tomlinson. And a ball that was hit pretty sharply by Valleca. Valleca has not been able to get it going this year. There's another big hop. The hurried throw, and Brandon Belt, a very large target over there with some nifty footwork to get the put out. One away.
Kelby Tomlinson is putting a clinic on tonight with the glove. I mean, he hasn't had anything that's even remotely close to a normal play. Here he backs up and watch him set his feet, throw from down under. And there's the long arm of the law reaching out and gathering it up. Nice play. If you're playing on the left side of the infield and you have Bumgarner or Suarez out there, you pretty much know you're going to get some serious ground ball action.
Here's the pitcher Anderson batting left-handed. He shows bunt and takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, Anderson's a lefty. 2 batters later, Blackman's a lefty, and those are the only 2 lefties in the lineup against Suarez. Shows bunt again, and this one is in for a called strike. Tomlinson came rushing in from third with each one of those displays of the bunt. Anderson struck out his first time, and that's a foul ball.
I like how quick Andy Suarez works. I mean, he gets on that mound and he's ready to go. He's a no-nonsense guy, and his teammates love that about him.
Struck him out again.
That was a bad swing. Well, in honor of the bridge, the new Bay Bridge Series trophy, local artists along with NBC Sports and the San Francisco Giants are featuring works dedicated to the fiercest rivalry in the Bay. The Battle of the Bay Art Show, July 13th through the 15th at AT&T Park. Get tickets at sfgiants.com. For more information, go to NBCBayArea.com/Battle of the Bay Art.
The leadoff man LeMahieu, who has singled to center, and then he hit a double off the right center field screen out there, which could well be that before last year that would have been a home run into the bullpen.
There was a little bit of wind that was coming in from the right side of the field across the field towards the third base dugout at that time, and I think it kept it in the ballpark. So that was a bit of a break. It's not blowing now.
That's in there for a strike. And you see it, that wall from the end of the out-of-town scoreboard all the way out nearly to straightaway center is the same height as the out-of-town scoreboard, and that was never the case until last year. There's the end of it out just to the right of straightaway center field near the Christmas tree farm and the fountain.
So you wonder, well, why did they continue that all the way across the field? Well, because the people in the stands did not want to look through it. But that is the hot part of the yard, and it has helped. It's kept balls in. We've seen it work.
Tomlinson, this ball hit softly, and a great inning. That's 8 in a row retired by Suarez. We're going to the 6th. Suarez will be coming up. Giants' 60th anniversary celebration. The Crazy Crab, the anti-mascot from the 80s, will make an appearance. And the first 20,000 fans attending will receive a Crazy Crab scarf, courtesy of Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Buy directly from the Giants at sfgiants.com.
That is not a yoga class. That is not a aerobics class. That is the Giants bullpen.
Well, it does look like, and a little earlier between innings, there were a lot more guys up. It was kind of cool looking. I wanted to get out there and kind of stretch a little bit myself as Suarez is down on strikes.
Tie block. But you know what part of the game is your part if you're in the bullpen. If you're a long guy, you know, stay loose early in the game. If you're a middle inning guy, you know when to get up and start getting loose.
Corky Hernandez showing bunt, taking ball one.
One thing you could never tell a manager, if he asks you, well, why didn't you perform well tonight? Well, I didn't get loose. That is your fault. That is not a manager's fault or a coach's fault. If you can't get loose, that's your fault.
Just off the inside.
Now, getting your arm loose, a manager can get you up there and get you in the game before you get your arm loose, but your body getting stretched out, that is your responsibility.
Deep into center, Blackman pulls up right at the edge of the track.
Hit that ball well, just a little bit too much height. So you're wondering how hard he hit it? Well, let's take a look at the StatCast powered by AWS, and we're seeing the shift put on by the Rockies and why they put it that way.
Ball one to Brandon Belt.
See Arenado in the hot spot. 36% of the balls that Belt hits on the ground in the infield go there.
And that changeup 1-1. It's interesting though, according to those numbers, the majority of the balls that he hits on the ground, he hits, and I'm assuming that means on the ground, are to the left of second base.
That is correct. It is the balls hit on the ground.
But that's not the way they play him. Well, there's one right to straightaway third base, but nobody was there. The first hit of the game for Brandon Belt.
That is a thing.
You don't think he was doing that on purpose?
No, I don't think so. He just kind of fights off a fist grenade and finds an open hole. You know, you won't see a guy smile very often when that happens, because they do feel like they're owed a few, given the amount of hard hit balls that get caught, which frustrate a hitter. So there he didn't completely hit it on the nose, but he gets a knock, so he's feeling like baseball owed him something.
McCutchen, strike one called. McCutchen has struck out looking and walked. 0-0 in the 6th inning at Coors Field, no less. Two left-handers, neither one with a whole lot of big league experience. Anderson more than Suarez. And that changeup dropping low. 1-1 the count. Belt is only the 4th Giant to even reach base in this game. 2 walks, 2 singles. Tomlinson, after his hit in the 3rd inning, was immediately wiped out when Suarez bunted into a double play. That's foul off the right field line.
Yeah, the way that he has faced Anderson in the first couple of at-bats, he took a look at the last swing he had. It looked to me like he was definitely thinking right field. And that's a concession. I think a lot of right-handed hitters go up there and they look to drive something, look to pull something. But when a guy's been mastering 4 different pitches and 4 different speeds, you got to tip your cap and adjust. And the adjustment from McCutchen is the right side of the field. At least it was in that last swing.
The Giants go down. 6th strikeout in 6 shutout innings for Anderson. Blackman, Arenado coming up.
at 8 p.m. on NBC Sports California. It's one of the great atmospheres in North American pro sports as the Quakes travel to Portland to face the Timbers. Also streaming live on the NBC Sports app. The home of the authentic Quakes fan is NBC Sports California.
Here is Charlie Blackmon. He's 1 for 2. And the curveball. Strike one called. Blackmon was victimized on a diving play by Joe Panik in the first inning to rob him of a hit. High in the air along the left field line, foul, twisting back and into the crowd as Slater came over just in case. We do check the flags again, Mike. It looks like that wind might have picked up a little bit again, blowing in from right. Not a whole lot of wind.
Well, it's definitely something you should check every inning if you're a pitcher and a hitter for that matter.
Blackmon got a hit in the third, but he scalded one 103 miles an hour off the bat. And as Panik sort of went low to get himself set to play the one hopper, it shot off the dirt high over his head and it ticked off his glove for a hit. There's a foul, and the count is 1-2 to Blackmon.
Greatest ballpark ever to be able to read winds within a game, and it could change from inning to inning, sometimes during an inning, was Candlestick. But it had the wind indicator. And the wind indicator was the chain link fence. Every time you went out there, you checked to see which side of the field the papers were sticking up against the chain link fence. That was the live field.
Because when they enclosed it for the 49ers, the wind swirled. So that's how you knew. 1-2 the count. He struck him out.
92'd him.
Number 5. 5th strikeout for Suarez.
And 4 of those strikeouts have been swing and miss pitches. But the beautiful thing about Suarez is that he doesn't have to strike you out with a breaking ball. He can strike you out with any one of his 4 pitches. They're that good. He set that fastball up beautifully.
One out. Here's Arenado. 1-1. Arenado with a runner at second in the first inning, struck out swinging. With runners at first and third and 1 out in the third, he fouled out to third. So Suarez has done well with Arenado. He already might be the best Giants pitcher against Arenado.
Well, John, let's not say that too early.
It's pretty early.
Beautiful pitch. He has some pain out there at the knees. Well, that's in the strike zone. I mean, you're taking a look at our strike zone. That is brought to you by PitchCast.
And he strikes him out again.
And that was 90-mile-an-hour cut. He took a little bit off with the cut. Still 90 miles an hour. I mean, that's still a power pitch. And backdoors it high in the strike zone. And this is strikeout number 6. You see the target from Posey. That's exactly where he wanted it. Got a little rock bat, so you don't see the ball early from Suarez. And that 90 mile an hour could be very deceiving. Can get on you quick. And we've seen him top out at 94 in his velocity tonight.
Story, strike one. Story has had an infield single to short and has flied out to left center. 0-0 in the 6th inning. Suarez, the rookie left-hander for the Giants. Anderson, second-year left-hander for the Rockies. That's a called strike. Down at the bottom of the strike zone at the knees. It's 0-2. Dwight Kuiper will be returning from the radio booth for the 7th inning. Dave Fleming on assignment. But right there behind second base, Joe Panik. Score one for the overshift. On this Independence Day, USAA honors those who have served and all of our service members at home and abroad.
Toyota dealers, no score through 6 innings of play. It has been a pitcher's duel. We've said that a lot lately. Well, Andy Suarez and Tyler Anderson have hooked up. Just 6 hits allowed, 4 by Suarez, 2 by Anderson, both with 6 strikeouts. And we are knotted up, no score through 6. And that's your Toyota game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Top of the 7th once again. Here's my pal, Dwayne Kyle.
Alrighty, and Buster Posey takes a strike. Popped him up. And you see both what Suarez and Anderson are doing is they're just letting these hitters get off good swings.
Well, they're throwing their off-speed stuff up, and they're setting up their fastballs, pitching inside beautifully with their fastball. They're they're establishing the knee-high command. They're elevating up above the letters when they want to. I mean, they're doing anything that they want, and it's been very effective to both lineups.
Slater takes one low. He's bounced out twice to third. With Hansen on deck. Two and 0. .72 pitches for Anderson. Three and 0. Well, I don't know if Slater's earned the right to get the green light, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Well, there's your answer.
So we're not surprised.
Most of what we've seen in the hitting approach from Slater has been opposite field. It's been to the right side of the field. We have not seen him pull a lot of pitches.
Three and 2.
He's upset at himself swinging at ball 4. He went down and couldn't lay off that 3-1 slider. He's a hitter that thinks opposite field gap. He looks fastball, and the pitches that he's normally going to pull are going to be off-speed pitches.
Got him.
Reach back at 94 with perfect location on the inside corner. You can see the target for Iannetta, and he hardly has to move his glove. Strikeout number 7.
So here's Hansen. Hansen is 0 for 2. With Joe Panik on deck.
Rooftop viewing.
Swing, gonna miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
He was trying to give the Giants a 1-0 lead right there.
Tapped foul. It's 1 and 2. The big guy got it.
Big guy, he usually gets it, but he usually gives it off.
Hansen fouls it back again.
Walking around town here in Denver these last 3 days, he's seen a lot of Giants fans. And it's great when Giants fans travel, they don't just wear their orange and black to the ballpark. They wear it around town. It's awesome.
Hansen strikes out swinging. And that's going to end the inning. 8 strikeouts now for Tyler Anderson. And the Giants with only 2 hits in this game. So the hitting drought continues. As Andy Suarez is going to work his way out to the mound.
On a beautiful 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Beautiful night.
Performing God Bless America today, representing the Governor's Own 101st Army Band, is Staff Sergeant Sean Heading. Today is Staff Sergeant Heading's last performance as a military musician. He is retiring after 16 years of service. Fans, please help us thank Staff Sergeant Heading for his service, and please join him by singing along to God Bless America.
Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Here's Suarez to Desmond in a called strike.
Nice first pitch changeup. Mixed his first pitch up beautifully tonight. And that's what I mean when I say he sets up his fastball, and he's done it with getting the off-speed pitches over. And the Rockies are going up there, and they're having to think about a lot of different pitches from this guy. And when you have a good changeup, a good breaking ball, whether it be a curveball, slider combination, it sets up the fastball when you decide to throw it. He's pitched well with it when he's been ahead of the count.
Hit well to left. Slater back at the track, and he makes the catch. And it's a long out, one down in the 7th.
If the Giants don't move Austin Slater about 15 steps over to protect the left center field gap, there's no way he gets his ball. I mean, that's one of the deepest parts of this field. And he's playing straightaway left field. Look at how far over he is. I mean, he is really cheating. The Giants anticipated he'd hit to the gap, and this took away at least a double. With Desmond's speed, probably more.
Here's Iannetta. Iannetta with a healthy rip. He's bounced out twice. Once to Hansen at short, and the other time to Tomlinson at third.
Again, a first pitch changeup and a swing through strike.
Backed it up.
You know you have a good changeup when you can go and throw it 2, 3, 4 times in a row. And you know, Suarez, I mean, he's just fearless. He'll do all that. I don't think he's shaking Buster Posey off at all tonight. So we see 2 changeups on the outside corner. Then he moved out 92 miles per hour. The inside corner is set up at the hand with cut. Break a ball below the strike zone. Good pitch. Good idea when you're ahead the count 1-2. Iannetta is tough to jam, but you don't want to leave a strike in middle into this guy. But off the plate in on the hands is a good pitch. So you saw him through 2 changeups to start this inning off. It's a 3-2 count. He's throwing 3 pitches pretty hard. Does he go back with a changeup here?
Down the left field line. That's going to be fair. Gone. Buster Posey's upset about something. I don't know if it's the pitch that he called. I don't know if he thought it was foul. But he is not happy.
Well, he doesn't think it's fair. Bam Bam Eulens is checking. That is a fair ball.
At that angle.
Well, that's the only angle we're going to get, I think. But it's the 7th inning. It's the first run of the ball game. Why not take a look at it? The replay review is presented by Xfinity. I don't know if that camera was looking straight down the left field line. It wasn't. It looks like it was angling a little bit. But from that angle there, it does look fair. And if that's the only look that New York's going to get, that will not be overruled.
Well, I agree with you. I think it's fair. But they may have a number of different looks that we don't have.
Well, that's the consideration. So the Giants still holding out hope. They just replayed that view here on the big screen. It looked like it went over the foul pole.
So here's Cuevas. When it left the bat, I didn't think there's any way it was going to be fair.
Well, I think Buster Posey felt the same way that you felt. I still don't think he's convinced it was fair.
There's a strike. Tap to Tomlinson, who's going to have to hurry. He does.
Boy, he's played a clean third base tonight.
Very nice. So here's Valleca. And Valleca takes high. 2 ground balls to Tomlinson. And a called strike.
That curveball off of a first pitch changeup. So they're really softballing Valleca. They know he can hit the fastball.
Shoots this one to Belt. And that'll end the inning. For the Giants, it'll be Panic to lead things off. Park. It'll be the Giants and the Cardinals. Pre-game live will start at 6. We'll have the game for you at 7 right here on NBC Sports Bay Area, also streaming live on the NBC Sports app. So Panic is going to hit off of Tyler Anderson. Panic is 0 for 2. Ottavino is ready to go. And Panic takes up and in. Here you see Parra now in left. Desmond moves from left to first. Outside 2-0 to Joe Panic. Trying to reach. Get the leadoff hitter on. See if something can happen.
Yeah, see if something can happen. It all starts with you get a leadoff guy on.
Panic hits a fly ball to right. It's Cuevas coming in. 1 out. It's going to be Hundley who's going to hit.
Well, you can understand what the thought process was behind putting Hundley in the game. Tomlinson, the singles guy. Hundley's got some power in his bat. This Bochy's looking for somebody to run into one and tie this game up.
In all honesty, the Rockies are hoping to slow this game down because it's not dark enough for the fireworks.
Well, you know, sunset is 8:30 tonight, so there's 20 minutes until sunset. But hey, they'll wait around. They have a beautiful sunset here in the Rockies.
Hundley rolls it foul. So it's no balls and 1 strike. Let's see the outing by that kid. Pretty good.
He can pitch. The ceiling on this guy is just off the charts. And he was absolutely fantastic tonight. Again, I mean, 2 tough yards to pitch in, and he caught them both on this road trip. Arizona and here in Denver, they are not pitcher-friendly ballparks, and he dealt in both of them.
2-1 to Hundley.
And I can tell you what's being echoed in that Giants dugout at the start of this inning is, let's get this guy some runs. Everybody on the team knows how good this kid pitched tonight. They want to reward him with some runs.
Hundley out of play. Austin Jackson's on deck. Got him.
9th strikeout for Tyler Anderson.
Here's Jackson. Jackson was used as a pinch hitter in the game last night, and he picked up a base hit. Matter of fact, he scored the only Giants run. Bochy said he thinks that Jackson is starting to swing the bat a lot better. Right now trying to either knock one out or get on for Marquis Hernandez. One ball and 1 strike.
You evaluate every game that you pitch, every game that you hit in. I mean, I think Andy Suarez, when he goes back and reviews, he's going to be pretty happy with what he sees.
LeMahieu, and that'll end the inning. One nothing Rockies.
Icons and features such as MLB TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, and more. Download MLB at Bat today.
Ionetta's home run in the 7th. It's 1-0. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Tony Watson on the hill now for Bruce Bochy. 39th time he's come into a game. You take a look at the numbers, 1.64 ERA. He's been fantastic. 41 strikeouts against 7 walks. If you put them all together, the hits and walks are less than the innings pitched. That's how good he has been.
So Tom Murphy's going to pinch hit. You see Sandoval now at third. Murphy hitting for the pitcher, Anderson. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. This would not be a game that you would want to take to a committee if you're discussing whether there should be the DH in the National League or not. Suarez hit into a double play bunting and struck out. Anderson struck out twice.
Well, I mean, I would never even consider the thought. Not like it's just the way it is.
But some people are.
Yeah, they're making some noise. I think we're safe for now.
Check swing foul. 1-2. I hope you're right.
It's a beautiful game. Wait, I think somebody already said that about soccer. But baseball, too, is a beautiful game.
Outside. 2-2. Hit into left center field, shallow. And Slater's there to make the catch. Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote. You get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. Here's LeMahieu. 136,000 have come out to see these two teams play the last 3 games. LeMahieu hits a fly ball into center field. 2 outs.
Just off the end of the bat.
Here's Blackman.
Well, I mean, you don't say it very often when you come to this ballpark, but tonight it's been all about the pitching. I mean, it's been spectacular. And we were watching BP today, and I think the Giants lost a lot of money. There's a lot of balls got hit up in the stands.
Here's Blackman, who's 1 for 3. And he takes just a little bit outside. Wade Davis is getting loose. Blackman fouls it back. Giants play tomorrow. The Rockies do not. The Rockies have a day off in Seattle tomorrow. And then they'll take on the Mariners starting on Friday night in a weekend series. Outside to Blackman. Low. 3-1.
Well, this is when it pays to be hit in front of Nolan Arenado, because the 3-1 count, 2 outs. Tony Watson does not want to face Arenado on deck, so you know he wants to get this ball in the strike zone.
Three and 2 on the check swing.
That's not the kind of 3-1 swing I think that Blackman wanted to throw out. Front his catcher's glove. Doesn't look like that thing's completely broken in yet. Looks a little stiff. I think it's stiffer than his hat.
I think you're right. And the walk. So here's Arenado. Arenado has struck out twice. He's popped out. And he takes inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Mr. Posey is going to go out and have a chat.
Arenado is 5 for 11 lifetime against Tony Watson with a home run. The guy on deck, Trevor Story, 1 for 6 lifetime with 4 strikeouts. So that may have been the whole speech from Buster Posey. Don't let this guy beat you. This has been the offense tonight. A 3-2 slider, and certainly not a hanger. But Chris Iannetta dug it out, hit it over the foul pole, and after some deliberation, it was ruled fair. It was 453 feet. I would not expect for Arenado to get a whole lot here from Watson.
Got to change it. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, and I think Nolan Arenado just got impressed. I mean, he is so far out front of this thing, and watch him completely unhinge.
Three and one.
Well, after that 2-0 changeup, I think Arenado in this 3-1 count is going to sit on it. He's going to get anything to strike zone. It's probably going to be that changeup. We saw him hit a 3-2 changeup out last night off Chris Stratton, and it wasn't a bad pitch.
And he lines it to left for a base hit.
So indeed, he got the changeup, and this time he sat on it. That's what good hitters do.
So here's Trevor's Story. So Blackman at second. And a high strike, and it's 0-1. For the Giants in the ninth inning, it'll be the top of the order. Hernandez, Belt, and McCutcheon. And that's hooked foul. It's 0-2.
So change up first pitch, and then he goes right in on the hands. It gives you an idea how quick Story is on that inside corner. I mean, he just spinned on 93, yanked it foul. So if a guy's that quick to the fastball in the inside corner, go soft away. Or if you go inside, go off the plate. So he's got some options here. He can heat him up above the hands with a fastball, back foot him with a slider, or throw that changeup.
Outside, 1-2.
So he opted with the soft stuff away.
On the ground towards the hole. Sandoval is going to just knock it down, and the bases are loaded.
See a lot of infield hits in this series from the Rockies. The play was stop the ball from going in the outfield, and Sandoval does indeed do that, because I'm not sure if Hansen could have gotten to the ball and done the same thing. Once he left his feet, with the speed of Story, you really aren't going to have a whole lot of chance at first. He never really even looked there very long. His instincts were to the back bag, and in the end he had nothing, but he saved a run.
On the ground to Hansen, and that'll end the inning. Giants need 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead. It's 1-0 Colorado. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So the closer, Wade Davis, coming in. He's got 24 saves on the year and 28 opportunities. Going to try and shut this one down. He's a 3-pitch guy, and all of his pitches he can strike you out. He'll go mid-90s with a fastball, curveball, and a slider. See what he does to lefties. He's just uncanny. Lefties hitting 086 against him. All in all, the whole league 193. He has given up 4 home runs. You see at the bottom of that stat sheet.
Threw 18 pitches on Monday and picked up the save. Here's Gorkys Hernandez. And Gorkys takes outside for a ball. Gorkys has only faced Davis one time, and Davis walked him. Giants to take that right here. Swing, and a miss.
94-mile-an-hour challenge, and he was sitting on that fastball. And that's where you like to see the fastball go to Hernandez, middle away. So he's showing him what he has. First pitch curveball, second pitch fastball, that last pitch a slider.
So it's 3-1. Here's where you don't want to help him out, but you also want to take a good look at a pitch if it's in your hitting area. As you see Belt on deck. Out of play. Three and two. Here's the payoff coming up. Got him.
Now, in the end, it was 3 fastballs that Gorkys Hernandez swung through. And a 3-2 challenge right at him. It's power pitching.
Yeah, somewhere Goose Gossage is smiling.
Well, he's here in Colorado. He might be here at the game.
Here's Belt. Belt is late and it's out of play. Belt with a base hit, little ground ball down the third base line for a hit in the 6th. Pulls this one foul. Davis sets right at the letters. Bell rolls it to first. 2 down. And that'll bring up McCutcheon.
Tonight is the 202nd game the Giants have played here in Coors Field. They've only ever had a defeat in a 1-0 ball game. That was June 11th of 2008. A 1-0 ball game was completely rare here at Coors Field.
And McCutcheon takes a low. McCutcheon tonight 0 for 2. Out of play. Two balls and one strike.
Davis, a veteran of this 9th inning, he's not in any hurry.
And McCutcheon with a base hit. And that'll give Buster Posey a shot. Guy's best shot is with Posey because of his ability to hit anybody's fastball. He's flied out to right and he's popped out to center field. Outside 1-0. He's 1 for 2 lifetime against Davis. And the one hit is a double.
And he's really picked up its pace, coming right into the face of the hitter right now.
Two 2-0. Crawford's on deck. Remember, you get a ball in the gap here, you got good speed at first. Three and 0.
Davis staying away.
Well, Buster will have the green light.
And he's got power to the right side of the field. And that is the hot part of this yard. Even with the breeze right now favoring the pitcher.
And a strike. It's 3-1.
Cutting fastballs on the outside corner and basically telling Posey, if you're going to beat me, it's going to be the opposite side of the field. Mr. Posey's in a 3-1 count here where he can get after it and he can gamble.
And the walk.
He didn't want any part of it.
So here's Crawford. Crawford has faced Davis 4 times. He's 1 for 4. Davis has struck him out 3 times.
Giants have Sam Dyson and Will Smith both up in the pen.
So here's Crawford. This is going to be foul, but fun to watch.
That's a wow strike.
So it's 0-1 to Brandon Crawford.
Came back with 93-mile-an-hour cut. Started on the inside corner and let us move it, take it out inside. He swung over the top. And he's tried to crowd him twice with 2 fastballs on that inside corner.
To right field, and that's the ball game. So the Giants, after winning 3 straight in Arizona, couldn't do much of anything offensively here in a great offensive ballpark, and they score 3 runs in this series. And in a 3-game series, the worst they've ever done is score 7, and they've done that a couple of times, but here only 3 runs, and they lose a tough one.
Well, and the resounding theme this whole series was excellent pitching, excellent starting pitching from these young Rocky starters. And it's unfortunate that Andy Suarez, as well as he pitched tonight, is going to walk out of here with an L.
Final score, Rockies 1, Giants nothing. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Giants postgame live, presented by Toyota, is going to start right now.